Good evening, my dear students. I'm Dr. Vani, and on behalf of Vedantu, I extend a very warm welcome to each and every one of you for today's amazing session on learning how to crack NEET in 5 months. Yes, you heard it right. How do we crack NEET in just 5 months? I'm sure all of you are aspiring to become a doctor, just like the stethoscope which is kept there on the book. So you would have fitted the analogy in that yes, without studies, without your books becoming your constant companion, you cannot have the stethoscope around your neck. But I also do understand that some of you must have had some issues, some trials, some problems because of which you might just have consistently missed your classes, or you would have some doubts, some concepts, some problems in your subject because of which your confidence can be a little low, which must be bringing in some doubts in your mind that whether you will be able to crack NEET in the next 5 months or no. So my dear students, you just don't have to worry about it. We at Vedantu are duty bound, and we at Vedantu will leave no stone unturned to make sure that the next 5 months of your life are one of the most amazing months, and from the comforts of your own home, you can do phenomenally well, and not only excel in your board exams, but be able to grab a seat in All India NEET exam as well, right? So are you ready to come with us on this amazing journey of success, of growth, of knowing what your true potential is, my dear students? So I just want to energize you, charge you right in the beginning of the lecture, and tell you that yes, the story is not over, the game is not over. All of us together will make sure that each and every one of you makes your dream come true and you get into a college of your dreams. Right, my dear students? So let me tell you a little bit about myself right in the beginning. I'm Dr. Vani. I've been working for Vedantu, and I have been in this industry of mentoring and teaching students for the past 8.5, 9 years now. Right? So it's been close to a decade that I have been teaching biology, both botany and zoology, to umpteen number of students, and so many of my students are in top medical colleges of the country, including AIMS, AFMC, and other government medical colleges. And some of them had
What the hell did you tell me first?
their masters as well. So they're doing their masters both in medicine and dentistry and in other streams as well. Right. So, and right now I'm taking a class from Delhi. I'm based out of Assam. A few months back, I was in Tamil Nadu. The center of Vedantu is at Bangalore. And I'm sure all of you are all across the country, if not the world. So that, my dear students, is the beauty of the system called Vedantu. You can be wherever you want to, and you have a level playing field where each one of you, even if you're not from the main cities of the country, you will get quality education at your doorstep, where you can, in an all India level examination, have the confidence and the information and the knowledge to be able to give a tough competition to anybody who's studied from the top teachers, because here at Vedantu, we have the best teachers combined with the best technology. So let's give you a quick glimpse of what we have in store, right? Come, let's start today's class on that note. Okay, so students, we are here to learn how to crack NEET in the next 5 months, right? Okay, come, let's see. See what you see in this. Do you see the person wearing a watch? I'm sure you can. And you see a lens of a camera. What does this lens do? This lens focuses. So what I want to tell you is that the next few months are crucial. They are critical. It's not this that you will easily get a seat. Let me tell you right in the beginning, no. The seat is tough. It's tough to crack all India level examinations. The first and the most important thing you've got to promise me today is yes, for the next 5 months, you are not going to lose sight of your aim. You're going to be very focused. And along with that, I will give you some tips, some tricks for time management, which are very important. So the first take home lecture, write that in big on your notebook on top of your copies, is focus. That is the most important thing. You cannot be diverted with social media. You cannot be diverted with friends. You can't go out, catch movies. No, you can't do any of that. If you want to see it, my dear students, for the next 5 months, each and every single day has to be accounted for. It has to be counted for. You have to stay true to your purpose. You've got to be extremely, extremely focused. The next 3 words have to become your mantra for the next 5 months, and only then will I be able to promise you that I will get you a seat, that we at Vedantu will get you a seat. What are the 3 words which are critical, crucial to success? Determination. You can't be like, okay, I'll study, dekhte hain, ho jayega. No, you've got to be determined. Karna hi hai. There is no other way. You've got to do it. Determination. You've got to be extremely, extremely dedicated. Ek karke din jayega. It's going to be one day, second day, and months will roll by. One day. I'm sure for the last 2 years, this is what has happened. The years don't pass like that. The years pass by days, by hours. You've got to be extremely dedicated. You've got to make every hour, every minute count, my dear students. And the most important thing which is required for you to achieve your aim is discipline. Every night you've got to burn the midnight oil. Every day in the morning you've got to get up. In spite of the fact that it is cold, you've got to get up. I am in Delhi right now. You know the temperatures. I have a class in mornings 5 a.m. When a teacher can get up and show dedication, can't you? I am sure you can. Yes, so you've got to be determined, you've got to be dedicated, and the topmost thing is you've got to be disciplined. Without discipline, my dear students, there's absolutely nothing that will come. But because we do not have 2 years and because we want a seat in these 5 months, we've got to study smart. We've got to study smart. If I tell you, oh my God, read 10 books, is it possible? That reminds me, those of you who are going to stick to the next 45 minutes and listen to every word that I'm saying with a lot of patience and diligence will be in for a big, big surprise. So my dear students, in the end of the lecture, I'm going to announce 2 things which can be total game-changing and life-changing for you. For that, you've got to do one simple thing. And that one simple thing, my dear students, is listen to the entire lecture, because at the end of it, I'm going to announce 2 extremely, extremely important things which could be like absolutely game-changing for you, right? But yes, right now what we require is we've got to do physics, we've got to do chemistry. For that also there are subject experts at Vedantu. I will deal with biology. If I have to do all of these in limited time, that is 5 months, I've got to study smart. I need help. I need somebody to tell me how to study. I don't want this to happen. So the laptop is open, I'm trying to do something, my specs are kept on the side, I'm under the boj of books, and I just go off to sleep because I don't know what to do. Do we want this to happen to us? Absolutely no. We want to emerge out as a winner. We want to emerge out victorious. And for that, the most important thing is study smart. I'm sure this happens to each one of you. You're trying to make sense of what it is. You're trying to read Wikipedia articles. You're trying to Google things. You're trying to see things on YouTube. You have 100 notes, 2 coaching notes, 3 NCRT notes, 2 guides, 3 other study books. And at the end of it, you just give up and you're like, I can't do it. I'm sure this happens to you. This has happened to us. So at this juncture, when time is critical, I'm repeating, when time is crucial, we do not want this to happen. This could have happened last year when we were just studying. Now we need streamlined efforts. Now we need precision guidance. Now we need somebody to tell us ki bhaiya itna karo, bas ho jayega. Is that clear? So we need somebody who will remove the extras and the unwanted stuff and give us what is required on a platter so that we are able to nail the examination, right? And this is exactly what we will aim at. This is exactly what we're going to do. In biology, you do not have to refer to any XYZ book. When I say the NCRT is a Bible, you can write it down on a stamp paper and I will sign it. NCRT are the Bibles. I've specially flashed photographs of these 2 books because I'm sure so many of you have not even seen the photograph of these books because you were so busy doing X, doing Y, and doing Z. In my lectures, you will see that the lectures are very simple. I will teach you that also today. The lectures are very simple. It's direct, to the point, no beating around the bush, no big fancy stories. Simple, static stuff given to you, served on a platter, along with MCQs, and told you this, MCQ. Right? So the bottom line is, NCRTs are indispensable. Take them out from your bookshelves where they've been gathering dust for years, just lying when you've been reading big, big books. Big books are also important. I will tell you which books to read. But for biology specifically, you cannot do without not reading NCRTs. Every question will be handpicked from these two textbooks. Some of you must be asking, ma'am, but these books are very simple. There are hardly any pages. Other books are very complicated. Read them. Read them, my dear students. You will not understand them in the first go. What is mentioned in other textbooks in a couple of paragraphs has been mentioned in NCRTs in 2 lines. That is why they're tough books. That is why they come across as non-interesting. They come across as very simple random books. Questions in biology also come from diagrams. You must be aware. And these diagram questions come from directly NCRT. The diagram of NCRT and the lines which are written below the diagrams, cut, copy, paste from NCRT. Exactly like that. So if you've been reading these books, come on, pat your back. Parents, if you're listening to the seminar, if your kids have been consistently reading NCRTs, give them a big pat on the back and read them from my side. But if you've not been reading NCRTs, good Lord, open them. It's not too late. It's still not too late. Open your NCRTs now. I've been on this slide for the past 3-4 minutes, focusing on the importance of NCRTs, and that's precisely what we will do if we join the course, right? We are going to focus on NCRTs because the questions come from that. Last but not the least, before I tell you how will we study, is you've got to stop doubting. I know doubts come so many times. You just want to give it all away. You feel, nahi, ab to nahi hoga. I will take a drop. It's too late. I didn't study. I don't have notes. I didn't join a coaching. I tried to study on my own. I haven't been getting good marks. I haven't prepared for board exams. I have prepared for board exams, but I'm not prepared for MCQs. I have not done. My physics is weak. My organic chemistry is good. My inorganic is weak. My botany is weak. My zoology is good. My plant physiology is weak. There can be n number of excuses. Don't doubt yourself. The exam is not tomorrow. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 months, and we can rewrite destiny in these 5 months. Trust me when I say this. Trust me, trust me, trust me. When I say this, even the toppers who are going to be the toppers of NEET 2019, if you ask them today, they will also be in doubt. They will also be like, nahi hoga. अब तो गया, अगले साल देंगे. They all, nobody will come and tell you, अरे मुझे तो सब आता है. I am a bond. No. और जो ऐसा कहेगा, उसका नहीं सिलेक्शन होगा. जो बॉन्ड बन रहा है, उसका सिलेक्शन नहीं होगा. There are a lot of times you will feel like giving it up all away. Even if you've studied for the year, you'll be like, छोड़ो. You'll cry. You'll be tense. You'll be stressed. It's an all India level examination. It's a life-changing examination. It's an examination which can make or break you. It's an examination which can alter the course of your destiny. It's an examination which can put you on the highest pedestal of this country. It's an examination which can fulfill all your dreams. It's a big examination. That's not a small puchu-puchu examination. Yes? So my dear students, if you have doubts, which you will have, which I also had when I was your age, which all of us here had when we were your age and when we were giving those examinations, please stop doubting yourselves. Please don't doubt yourself. Believe. Because if you believe, you will. And if you doubt, even if you've studied real hard, you will not. So start believing in yourself. Start believing that you worked hard. Start working even more hard. And I'm sure God will bless you. All right? So with that, let's embark on a journey where in the next 5 months, we will rewrite all the rules of teaching, where we together, you and me as a team, where you and Vedantu as a team will embark, will rise up on this journey, which will change the course of your life. Yes, my dear students. So with that, come, let me teach you something. So see, my dear students, if I have to, like I showed you in a slide, if I have only 5 months to prepare for an examination, the most important thing which I will do is I will study smart. I will pick up, especially in biology, you've got to do everything. It's double the weightage of physics and chemistry. So in biology, you've got to do everything. But then also, I will specially pick up things which are tough, which are a little more challenging, yet which will get you marks. I will not pick up something which is tough and which doesn't have marks. I'm stupid if I do something like that. I will pick up something which is tough or challenging, but the bottom line is I will pick up something which gives us the maximum marks. I will pick up animal physiology of class 11th. I will pick up plant physiology of class 11th along with morpho and anatomy. Morphology, anatomy, physiology, both animal and plant. 65 to 70% of the paper comes from these topics. I will pick up molecular basis of inheritance chapter, or genetics for that matter, human health and disease and ecology, along with plant reproduction. Maximum questions come from here in class 12. So I will be wise, I will be smart, and I will especially pick up those things from which maximum questions come, right? Today, to make things simple to you, I'm going to pick up a topic of animal physiology and give you a small insight as to how will we teach you it without you, so that your concepts become crystal clear. And most importantly, you have very concise notes. See, what is important is that you can revise it in the last 1 week or 10 days before the examination. 1 week before the examination, you will not have the time that you will pick up big books and start studying them and revising them. No, but revision is critical. Revision is crucial. कितने बच्चों के साथ होता है that before the examination उनको सिर्फ पन्ने पलट के एक बार देखना होता है. You just have to see. Your eyes just have to see what it is. Can you do that with a big book 1 day, 2 days before the examination? Can you revise like this? No, you can't do that. Is that clear? Can you revise all the MCQs that you have solved? Hundreds and thousands of MCQs you would have solved. Can you revise them? So my aim will be to quickly, in depth yet, in depth, give you an overview of all the topics from which I maximum expect questions, and give you crisp, concise notes along with that, so that last moment you can just skip through the pages and you're all set to sizzle in the examination, right? So for that, I've picked up a topic of plant physiology from the nervous system called sense organs. I will try and do at least 3 sense organs today. Out of the 5 or 6 sense organs, 1 to 2 MCQs are 100% going to come. Yes, so I'm going to pick up sense organs and do at least 2 to 3 sense organs in today's class in a very short time of 25-30 minutes, in which I will tell you how can we study. How can we study smart, where we are doing the maximum stuff in the minimum time and making super cool notes along with it, right? So are you all set for it? But before that, all of you need to sit with a paper and pen, take out a good new brand copy, right? So that you can copy down whatever I'm saying. Very important. Done? So these are the 5 sense organs. This belongs to the chapter called central nervous system, which we are going to do in the next 20 minutes. I will try and finish this up. Yes, and don't go anywhere, because you know I'm going to leave you with a super cool surprise. Right, everybody? So let's pick up the sense organs, right? Come. Okay, so what do? We start with sense organs. As you can see on the slide, there are 5 sense organs that I'm going to do in today's class. Let's see how many of them can we finish in the next 15 to 20 minutes. What are the 5 sense organs that we have? We have the sense of vision, that is sight, of smell, that is olfaction, of taste, of touch, and of hearing. In today's class, I will at least try and finish these 3, so that we are remaining with the next 2, which can be finished in the next class. Hearing, apart from the ear, that is, hearing, apart from the function of the ear, there's another very important function of the ear, that is to maintain balance. Balance is also called as equilibrium. And here we will discuss eustachian tube in great detail, which comes in MCQs. So let us start with the first 3 sense organs. That is what we're going to do in today's class. We're going to do the first 3 sense organs. Right, everybody? Come, let's start. Please start copying along with me. That is very, very important that you copy along with me, right? Come, let's start. Okay. So the most important one that we're going to do is taste, right? Taste is also known as gustation. Please copy this. So if there's any question which comes in exam related to gustatory, gustation, gustatory, that means it is related to either the tongue or the taste. Please write it down. Tongue or taste. If they want to ask you any question, they can also use the word gustation or gustatory. Very, very important. Is that clear? right? Now, I will tell you a couple of very important MCQ questions which come from one single slide. You have an option of clicking and taking a snapshot of the slide, right? So as I'm writing, you can continue to click snapshots of the slide and take a printout of that later on, which will help you, right? Question number 1, which comes in MCQs on taste and tongue is, see, at the back of the tongue, right at the back of the tongue here, this is the tongue. First of all, you can divide the tongue into two halves. This can be called the anterior half of the tongue, and this can be called the posterior half of the tongue, right? So we have an anterior half and a posterior half. The tongue, as you all know, is governed by taste buds, right? I will talk about the taste buds in detail. Let's first talk about the tongue. So the tongue does a very important function of taste. The tongue is divided into two halves, the anterior and the posterior half. In the posterior half of the tongue, there are tonsils. Tonsils are aggregates or groups or a guchha of white blood cells. White blood cells are nothing but they have a very important function of protection. Is that clear? Very, very important function of protection. They protect our body from any attack. So a very important question of AIMS as well as NEET is, what is the Waldeur's ring made up of? Waldeur's ring is a ring of tonsil on the tongue. So on the tongue, there is a ring of tonsil which protects the body, which is made up of WBCs. So a ring of tonsil on the tongue is called Waldeur's ring. It is made up of palatine tonsil, as you can see, and lingual tonsil. Copy this down. MCQ question. Palatine tonsil and lingual tonsil form dash Waldeur's ring. Waldeur's ring is made up of ABCD. Palatine tonsil, lingual tonsil, B option something else, C option something else, D option something else. Is that clear? So MCQ from the tongue. First MCQ which comes from the tongue, gustation is a function of the tongue. Second MCQ which can come to the tongue, parts of the tongue, posterior, anterior. Third MCQ which can come from the tongue, palatine tonsil, lingual tonsil. Is that clear? Is that clear? And there's a taste pore in the bud from where we taste. All of this, I'm going to do it in more detail. At least on this slide, there are 3 MCQs, palatine tonsil, lingual tonsil, that is Waldeur's ring. Anterior third, posterior third MCQ, gustation MCQ. Is that clear? Is that clear, everybody? These 3 MCQs, should we move ahead? Yes, come, let's move ahead now. Okay, so let's erase the slide. Let's move on to the next slide now, okay? And you can all keep taking snapshots as I'm telling you, right? So as I speak, I expect you all to take snapshots, right? Come, let's move ahead on to the next slide. Taste buds, right? What are taste buds? Now, taste buds are nothing but the parts of the tongue which help us to taste, right? So there are certain things on the tongue which help us to taste. These buds which help us to taste are called as taste buds. How many types of taste buds are there? 3. Filiform, fungiform, and circumvallate. Very, very important. First, write down the 3 types of taste buds, please. Those parts of the tongue which help us to taste are called as taste buds. Filiform, fungiform, circumvallate. Filiform have no taste sensation. No taste sensation. Very important MCQ. Copy this down, please. Very, very important MCQ. The filiform papillae has no taste sensation. You cannot taste from the filiform papillae. Why? Because it is covered by keratin. Keratin is like your hair. Keratin is like your nails. So the filiform papillae is covered by keratin. It has no taste sensation. Then what is the function of filiform papillae? Anyone? If there is no taste, what is the function? It makes the tongue rough. Is that clear? It makes the tongue rough. Do you touch your tongue and you touch your skin? Is it the same, or tongue is a little rough? Tongue is rough. Why is the tongue rough? Because it needs to grind food. Usko khane ko masalna hai. It needs to grind food. So I repeat. There are 3 taste buds, filiform, fungiform, and circumvallate. MCQ, I repeat, there are 3 taste buds, filiform, fungiform, and circumvallate. MCQ. Filiform is the only one which no taste buds, no taste sensation. MCQ. Why? Because it's covered with keratin to make it rough. Fungiform and circumvallate contain taste buds. See the next line. Fungiform and circumvallate contain taste buds. Each taste bud has a supporting cell, receptor cell, and basal cell. It won't come in MCQs. Don't worry. This is very important for MCQ. See, this is the difference. This is where you need somebody to tell you कि भाई ये MCQ में आएगा ही नहीं आएगा. Taste bud के 3 types, and which one has taste bud, which one doesn't have taste bud. Is that clear? So the filiform does not have taste bud, whereas the fungiform and circumvallate has taste buds. Is that clear, everybody? Let's move on to the next pathway. This is gustatory pathway. What do we understand by gustatory pathway? Gustatory is the pathway of taste. Is that clear? How do we taste is gustatory pathway. Very important for AIMS. Please remember this. Very important for AIMS. These two. Please put a star mark AIMS question. I just divided the tongue into 2 halves. There is a half called the anterior half, which is 2/3 of the tongue, and a posterior half. I will teach you nervous system in the next few classes. In nervous system, I will teach you cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Is that clear, everybody? There is a nerve called the facial nerve. There is another nerve called the glossopharyngeal nerve, 7th nerve, 9th nerve. Very important. There is a nerve called the facial nerve. There is a nerve called the glossopharyngeal nerve. Anterior 2/3 of the tongue, tongue के आगे का हिस्सा. Who takes the sensations to the brain? कौन दिमाग तक sensation लेके जाएगा? Facial nerve. Very important. Very. It takes the sensation from the anterior 2/3 of the tongue. Posterior 2/3 से कौन brain तक sensation लेके जाएगा कि क्या taste है, क्या taste नहीं है? Glossopharyngeal nerve. Is that clear? Please copy this down. Very, very, very important. And ये ऐसे questions हैं जो easy नहीं है, जो किसी book में नहीं दिए हैं, but at the same time they are memory based questions. अगर आपको किसी ने बता दिया है तो आप एग्जाम में कर दोगे tick mark. नहीं पता तो आप नहीं कर सकते. दिस इज नॉलेज. दिस आर फैक्ट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस. अगर आपको नहीं पता तो आप नहीं कर सकते. टंग के 2 हिस्से होते हैं, आगे का हिस्सा और पीछे का हिस्सा. एंटीरियर से कौन नर्व लेके जाता है? द एंटीरियर 2/3 ऑफ द टंग इज supplied by the facial nerve, and the posterior 1/3 of the tongue is supplied by the glossopharyngeal nerve. Gloss word आया. See, the word gloss has come. Can anybody tell me what is glossitis? Another MCQ question. Can anybody tell me what is glossitis? Glossitis is nothing but inflammation of the tongue. Just like inflammation of the pharynx is pharyngitis. Just like inflammation of the larynx is laryngitis. Just like inflammation of the eye is conjunctivitis. And just like inflammation of the middle ear is otitis. MCQs. Pharyngitis, laryngitis, rhinitis, inflammation of the nose, rhinitis, conjunctivitis, otitis, glossitis, rhinitis, pharyngitis, laryngitis, otitis, conjunctivitis. Is that clear? Meningitis, inflammation of the brain. So remember, wherever the word itis comes, even if you're confused, it means it's inflammation. So inflammation of the tongue is glossitis. Is that clear? These are taste buds. You can taste bitter, you can taste sweet, you can taste salty and sour. Taste is also influenced by smell. The food has to smell good, right? The tongue also has thermoreceptors. आपको पता चलता है आपने कब गर्म खाना खाया. Mechanoreceptors, आपको खाने का texture पता चलता है. Whether it's soft, whether the food is rough. ज्वार की रोटी खा रहे हो, it's rough. You're having a pastry that's soft. Nociceptors, pain receptors, temperature, texture enhance or decrease the taste of the food. Right? What is important is the anterior and the posterior 2/3 of the tongue. The supply of the anterior and the posterior 2/3 of the tongue is very important. Right? Apart from that, what is important in this is itis. The itises are very, very important. I hope it is all clear to everybody and you're copying side by side. And see, this is how you have to study. You've got to study it along with MCQs. ये MCQ है, ये MCQ है, ये MCQ है. Let's come to the sense of smell. So as you all know, the sense of smell is because of the nose. It's called as olfaction. And there are no points for guessing कि भैया अगर स्मेल होना है तो नाक की जो एपिथेलियम है उसको हम olfactory epithelium कहेंगे. We are going to name it the olfactory epithelium. Simple. Olfactory epithelium helps in ABCD option. Smell. अब if this is the nose, नाक के अंदर 3 लेवल होते हैं. Inferior, folding होती है नाक के अंदर. नाक के अंदर if you look, I'll show you a diagram in the next slide. Foldings होती है inferior. Obviously बीच वाला middle and सबसे ऊपर वाला superior. Superior के ऊपर एक होती है covering, epithelial covering, a covering on the superior. That's called the olfactory epithelium. Simple. Very, 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 very important question. नाक से जो nerve निकलती है, the nerve which comes out of the nose, which is going to the nerve, which is going to take to the brain the sense of smell, is a bipolar neuron. एक न्यूरॉन जिसके दो पोल टाइप्स होते हैं उसको हम bipolar neuron कहते हैं. Is that clear? They are olfactory receptors. The nerve here are olfactory. Nerves are bipolar neurons. और यहाँ पे ऐसे hair होता है, hair cilia, so that it can catch maximum smell. Is that clear? इसके आसपास supporting cells होंगे. Not very important. Base पे basal cells होंगे. These two. Olfactory epithelium, where is it? First is olfactory epithelium. Where is it? Superior nasal concha. What kind of a nerve is it? Bipolar neuron. Write it down. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Olfactory epithelium on the superior nasal concha. Bipolar neurons. MCQ, MCQ, MCQ. Done. That's how you've got to study. Concise, crisp, to the point. Very important. Easy to remember. For MCQs, right? I hope you're all having a wonderful session because I am having a super cool time trying to teach you all, right, everybody? Come. So with that, let's move on to the next slide, right? Come. So see, can you see these three parts? Please pay attention. Can you see these three parts? See, can you see this, this, and this? Three parts, see, this is on the top, middle, and bottom. I made it nice and pink. So see, from the top, what is going is the nerve. Is that clear? Is that clear? It's a bipolar neuron. Is that clear? Remember one more cell. Just remember it. Just remember it. Mitral cell. MCQ, MCQ, MCQ. Very important. Mitral cells are present in eye, ear, nose, right? Maybe tongue. Like that they will tell you. So what are you going to write for mitral cells? They're present in the olfactory tract. The one which takes it to the brain. Mitral cells, is that clear? MCQ, AIMS. Right? So what is important in the nose is, if you have to make a short thing, olfactory epithelium, right? Covered by CDI, you know that, olfactory epithelium. Olfactory epithelium kahan pe hoti hai? Superior nasal concha mein hoti hai. What else is important? Yes, try to recall. Bipolar neurons, you're right. Last is mitral cells. इसके अलावा कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं आएगा. राइट इसके अलावा यस मिडिल नेजल कॉन्का से कान तक एक ट्यूब जाती है, ईयर तक, मिडिल से ईयर तक एक ट्यूब जाती है. उस ट्यूब का नाम होता है यूस्टेशन ट्यूब. देयर इज अ ट्यूब व्हिच गोस फ्रॉम द नोज टू द ईयर. आई रिपीट, देयर इज अ ट्यूब व्हिच गोस फ्रॉम द नोज टू द ईयर. व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ द ट्यूब? द नेम ऑफ द ट्यूब इज a eustachian tube. Where does it go? On one side is ear, on the other side is nose. What does it do? It balances the pressure. Therefore, it maintains equilibrium of the body. Very important. Is that clear? So the tube which maintains equilibrium of the body, the tube which connects the ear to the nose, is known as the eustachian tube. Understood? Apart from this, nothing really will come in this particular topic of this chapter. Is that clear? I hope you're all copying with me. I hope you're all sitting. Parents, make sure that they copy each and every word that I'm speaking. It's very, very important. That brings us to vision, but that also kinds of brings me to the time where I need to wrap up this topic because it was very short, sweet, and just trying to give you a glimpse of all that we will do. So there's a new batch, my dear students, which starts from the 10th of December, not very far, 10th of December, because we do not have much time. It's kind of a race against time. We do not have much time. There's a new session which starts from the 10th of December. There's a little early bird kind of a discount which I was talking about. Right, so in this early bird kind of a discount, if you enroll, if you like what we're doing, if you like the teaching, if you like the way we see that we can bring about a change in your study pattern and help you do really, really well. If you like all of that, you can enroll for our sessions which start from the 10th of December. And there's a little early bird kind of a lightning deal which is available where the fees are a little less than what you will have to pay if you join the regular batch. So please get in touch with Vedantu. I would really like to see maximum numbers for that particular class which is happening. Also, there's a super duper cool book about which I I have talked about in some of my webinars, but I will keep the name of the book reserved, right? So a small little peekaboo before I leave, before I sign off for today. There's an amazing, amazing book about which very few people know. And I don't know why, but very few teachers even endorse that book. They don't want their students to kind of become independent, but that's not my philosophy. It's an amazing, amazing book about which I will share when you join the batch. So the first class that I take on the 10th of December, my dear students, I'm going to share a super duper cool study pattern with you, study book with you, which can absolutely change the way you study and propel you towards your dream career and your dream college to start with, right? I had a fabulous time teaching you all, my dear students, pitching in yet again that the course starts on the 10th of December. Do not forget to enroll for it if you would want to crack NEET in just 5 months. There's an amazing, amazing team of teachers waiting to teach you all, enthrall you all, and take you on an amazing journey of how teaching really should be. Our philosophy here, like I always tell, is to give you a level playing field where you are at par with any student from the best of the best in the country. All right. So see you all. I hope you enjoyed the session as much as I enjoyed taking it. Please enroll soon to await that super cool discount offer. I shall see you in the next class. Bye, guys. And yes, let me also show you right before we move the kind of slides there are. So we're going to teach about lacrimal apparatus. We're going to teach about the eye in detail, all the apparatus of the eye. So these are how the classes are going to be. Yes, today's class was just a peek. I was just trying to tell you that how basically can we study. Yes, how cool can teaching be? And all of this and much more. In fact, the entire syllabus will be taught in very limited time for the classes that are happening. See you soon. Bye, guys. Take care and hope to see you all for the classes. Bye-bye.